Hey guys, welcome to yet another Friday 1 hour mat Pilates practice. We are going to begin lying on our back. Let's get started. So on your back, we're going to begin with the knees bent and feet grounded to the floor. Take a moment to line the knees and feet up with your hip bones that are in the front of the body, so it's a narrow stance. Arms are going to be stretched down beside you, angled away slightly, about 45 degrees out, the palms facing the sky. That allows for our shoulders to roll open and then lightly pressing those shoulders into the floor to broaden across the heart space. The crown of your head is going to reach to the back of your mat, elongating your cervical spine. Your chin is landing fist distance away from your chest. Your eyes will close here, which allows the focus to be brought more inward. We'll start by breathing, right? Building up our breath technique by inhaling through the nose, deep and full. And then exhaling a steady stream of air out through the mouth. Again, a deep inhale, make sure to fill all the way up. A long, steady exhale, make sure to empty out completely. You're going to breathe in from the pit of your belly, draw into the ribs, lift up into the chest. As you exhale, you want to empty from the top of your chest, squeeze down through the ribs, and press out through the lower belly region. Expanding your ribs as you breathe in, filling your lungs with air. Squeeze the breath out from start to finish and knit your ribs back to the midline of your body. Soft, easy inhale through the nose. Powerful, audible, and strong exhale through the mouth, as if you're forcing through a straw. Breathing in with ease, your belly rises and the core muscles stay relaxed. Breathe out with power. Contract your core, firm up your belly. Activate the muscles. I'd like you to continue to stay now with this breath. And then really focus on building up the relationship between your breath and your powerhouse as they do work hand in hand. See if you can pull your abdominals in even more deeply each time you breathe out. Let's stay here for 4 more cycles of breath. Again, breathing in deep and full. Exhaling all the way through. 2 more here, inhaling. Exhaling. Once more, you'll breathe in deep. And then as you breathe out, gently open up the eyes. Then as you inhale next, turn your head to look over the right shoulder. And then exhale, take it to the other side, looking over the left shoulder. Breathe in, the head slowly swivels to look over the right shoulder. And then exhale, it turns to look over the left shoulder. Let's do 1 more to each, working with the movement of the cervical spine, rotation. Exhale it over to your left. Then you bring your head back to its centered space. We'll from here interlace our fingers and take the hands behind the head. Cup the base of your skull with the hands. Make sure that the fingers aren't all on your neck, keeping it free for stretching. Lifting your elbows up to the sky. Let's take an inhale while we're here. And then use your hands on the exhale to lift the back of the head off the floor while you press your chin to your chest. Then release the head back to the ground again, breathing in. Again, exhale, back of head off ground, chin to chest. Arms closely frame the head still. Return down, take an inhale. We'll do 2 more here. Exhale, let the head stay heavy in the hands as you lift it up, chin to chest. Feel this from back of neck through shoulder blades. And return back down again on an inhale. 1 last time. Exhale, lifting the head up nice and slowly.
And then returning your head back to the earth. Once the head touches down, release the hands and lift your arms up to the sky.
Stack above your shoulders, have the palms turned in. Your hands should be shoulder width distance apart. On your next inhale, I'd like you to shrug the backs of shoulders off ground, reach your fingertips closer to the sky. And then as you exhale, plug those shoulders back down into the floor. Reach up, breathing in. Anchor down, breathing out. 2 more times. When we shrug up, breathing in, you generally want to avoid doing this during your practice. Instead, when you exhale and plug down, you generally want to maintain that structure here. Once more, inhale, reaching up. And then exhale, plugging in. Now stay plugged in. Inhale, take the arms and reach them slowly behind you. Seal your ribs down and print your spine to the earth. As you breathe out, I want you to open the arms out to their sides and then circle them back beside you again. Shoulder mobility. Inhale, the arms stretch overhead, the core tightens up. And then exhale, sweep out and down. Let's do a couple more here. Reaching up and overhead. Exhaling to open and sweep down. One last time. Inhale to the sky, then behind you. And then circle out and down as you breathe out. Let's stay here with the arms in close. Press them in firm and inhale. Activate your lower belly. Exhale, lift your feet off the ground and slowly draw the knees into your chest. Place your hands on your knees and start to draw some slow circles with your legs. Take your time, warming into your lower back, massaging it out, and also making sure you just stay with the tempo of your breath. Deep inhales, but strong and steady exhales. Take a moment to pause and reverse the direction of movement. Inhaling, exhaling. And start to then bring your legs into still. Let's release the left leg to the ground and extend the left arm out to T. Right hand is still on your knee. Let's draw some circles with that right leg. Take your time. Use your left side body as an anchor. And really emphasize the opening of the leg out to its side to really get into the hip joints. Using your abdominal muscles to also keep you steady and still everywhere else. Take one more cycle through. Then you'll line your right leg up with that hip. Place both hands now on that knee and hug the leg in closer to your body. Make sure your shoulders didn't scrunch up to the ears. They're actively pulling down and away from. Draw circles with your right foot next, which helps to warm into the ankle. And then reverse direction. Good, take the foot back into still and stretch the left leg out, stretch the right leg out to meet your left. Then the left knee will pull in. Just your left hand on the knee, right arm extends to its side, and use your left hand to help guide you through these big, slow circles with that left leg. Warming into the hip joints here, working on some mobility. Good. Go ahead and take one more cycle through. Afterwards, lining the leg up with its hip, placing both hands onto the knee. Hug the leg in a little closer. Drop the shoulders from your ears. Stretching your glute and your lower back in this space. We'll draw circles with the left foot, which again helps to warm up the ankle. Reverse direction. Start to bring that foot back into still. You're going to release the stretch, take the foot to the ground, and then bend your right knee, take that foot to the floor as well. From here, we'll draw the knees back into the chest. Arms come back out to T. Let's take an inhale while we're here. We're going to lower the legs to the right on the exhale. Your feet can come down to the ground first to act as a support as then you continue to let the legs come down to that side. Then I'd like you to look over your left shoulder for spinal twist. You can stagger the legs to help settle them even more. You can keep the legs stacked as they are. You could also take your right hand over to the outside of your right or left knee rather and press down lightly on both legs. That can assist you more deeply to twist. Take big breaths in. Long breaths out. Again, big breath in. Big breath out. One more time, breath in big. Firm up your belly. Use your core strength to bring your legs back up to center. Head returns to center. Stay here and breathe in again. Now we lower our legs to the left, breathing out, core in tight. Feet can again lower first to help guide the legs over into space. Looking over right shoulder for rotation. Positioning your body in a variation that allows you to settle and land. We want to breathe deeply into our midsection. Deep inhale. Long, strong, steady exhale. 2 more times here. Breath in big. Release it all the way back out. 1 more time here. Inhale deep. Activate your core. Exhale, lift legs through center, head through center. And then release your feet to the ground. Arms can relax more beside you. Next, we're going to take the right leg, cross it over the left leg. So think thigh over thigh versus ankle over knee. From there, we'll pull the knees back to the chest. Then a hand on either leg, one to each, as far down as you can reach without the shoulders having to strain up. Then you're going to equally pull back on both of your legs, drawing them closer to you. When that happens, the tailbone lifts up. So then we're going to anchor that tailbone back down. Feet can stay low and relaxed, or you may decide to flex the feet and begin to lift them upward, taking the legs a bit more to 90 degrees, you're choosing. You could also offer some very slow and small rocking movements side to side, which can help let the stretch travel a bit to the outer, to the glute a little bit more. Good. Let's go ahead and take 2 more cycles of breath here, focusing on that right outer hip. Good. Then after you completed your last, if you had some movement, return to stillness. Release the stretch, uncross the legs. We'll do that on the other side. Left leg crossing over right leg. Knees pull in, holding onto a leg with either hand, and then pulling back equally on both of those legs, drawing them closer to body, dropping the tailbone to the earth. Feet can stay low and relaxed, remember, or flexed and lifted, you're choosing. And then some movement here as an option as well. Just make sure you're breathing into that left hip space, and you're just noticing shift and change in sensation, if there is any. Good. Take 2 more slow cycles of breath here. Wonderful. After you completed those cycles of breath, releasing the legs and taking your feet to the floor. We're going to then draw the right knee back to body. We're going to take our hands and clasp behind the inner thigh, the behind the thigh there, the back of the leg. It's helped to interlace the fingers to help keep a strong connection. We want to hug that thigh in closer to us and keep it hugged in. That's most important. Let's take an inhale. Legs still hugged in. I want you to exhale. Begin to straighten your right leg upward. It's not going to straighten out completely due to that close hug of our thigh to body. And then rebend the knee and pull the heel back down towards the glute again. So we're just starting to warm up the back of our right leg. Exhale, extension towards the sky. Pull the leg back down and in on an inhale. One last time, we're going to lengthen the leg upward. We're going to keep it where it is now, but then take the leg and push it away from you. Straighten the arms. Then the leg can straighten out all the way. Then rebend the elbows. Now pull the leg into a space where it still maintains its length. So never letting that knee bend any more deeply. Breathe into the back side of the leg and root your tailbone in more deeply to ground. As we're here, let's flex the right foot, drive the heel up to the sky, and let's point the toes. Again, flexing of the foot, pointing of the toes. Let's take that again, heel to sky, and point the toes. Let's keep our toes pointed now. Release your hands, take the arms close in beside you, pushing the leg away a little bit so the knee stacks above the hip, and then externally rotating the thigh. On an inhale, I'd like you to lower that right leg downward towards the ground. Find an edge for you physically. And then firm up the belly and slowly pull the leg back up again to stack above hip. Taking the leg down with resistance on an inhale, lengthen out through those toes, reach out through the hip joint, firm up your belly and slowly pull that leg back to sky. We're gonna do that once again. Coming down with the right leg as if it were moving against current. And then on the exhale, slow pull up through the strength of your core. Let's stay here. Now let's interlace fingers, hands behind head, and lift up to about tips of your shoulder blades. Elbows pull back to widen the arms, eyes to navel. Inhale that right leg again, coming downward. Again, lowering on an inhale. Lifting slow on the exhale. So eliminating swing factor and momentum. Once more, coming down with resistance. Lifting up through the power of your breath. Stay stacked. Take your left leg to tabletop now. One last set of 3, coming down with that right leg. And lifting back up, breathing out. So the range of motion may have changed here, being a little bit smaller now because it is more intense. Lowering to your edge. Lifting, make sure that left leg hasn't shifted. One last time, coming down, breathing in. Exhale the leg back up. Once it has, knees to chest, head and shoulders return to the ground, hands on knees. Take a moment to rock side to side to recover. So kind of build up the intensity for that movement. Let's come back into still and return the feet back to the ground. Then left leg lifts to sky. Toes are pointed. Make sure the knee is above the hip, not the foot, and then externally rotate your left thigh. Breathing in, that left leg starts to lower downward towards ground. Firm up the belly and pull the leg up slow. Again, lower with resistance, feeling as though the leg now moving through molasses. And firm belly as the leg lifts to the sky. Let's do that once again, coming down and reaching out through your hip joint as well as your toes. Firm it up, pull it up, hold it here. Right leg to tabletop. Or I'm sorry, take that foot down. I usually do it that way. We're doing opposite now. Hands behind head, lift up head and shoulders. My apologies. Left leg again, coming down, elbows are wide. The reason we have our arms open wide is because if they close in, then you're using arm strength, not core strength. Lowering the leg, breathing in. Squeeze the breath out with power. One last time. Legs pauses, stacked. Right leg now to tabletop, last set of 3 with the left leg coming down. So this is a lot about control of your movement, isolating of your movement. That left leg working independently from the rest of your body. One last time, coming downward, breathe it in. Lifting up on the breath out. Knees to chest, head and shoulders return down, hands on knees, and maybe some movement or stillness here if you prefer. Okay. So we're done with our warm up, our stretching. We're going to move into some building up on some work next. We're going to start with some leg extensions to begin. So we're going to do a variety of them. And as we do different ones, I want you to notice the difference between them. In fact, what more body parts are needing to work, what less body parts are needing to work, what stays still, what doesn't. the actual alignment of body parts within your body. So we're going to start with the knees drawn in and the arms close beside us, pressed down firm. Take a breath in while you're here. I'd just like you to take the right leg and slowly extend it away from you. Find the fullest length that you can, so that may mean reaching your leg closer to the sky to modify. And then draw the leg back in again on and inhale. Let's now take the left leg and slowly reach it all the way out. Lengthen through those toes. And then draw the leg back in again on and inhale. Again, press those arms down. Use them for support while you extend the leg out along the right side. Draw it back in. Left leg is going to lengthen out slowly. And then draw the knee back in again. Let's do one more to each. So as your one leg is moving, everything else in the body should be like a statue. So what do we need to use to help with that? Draw the knee in. Once more, extension of the left leg, breathing out. Draw the leg in on an inhale, and let's pause here. Moment to recover. So that can be fairly easy to do, right? Most of our body is grounded and supporting us. So now we're going to add on a little bit more intensity, moving the legs at the same time. Take a breath in. Exhale, both legs are reaching out long. Point through your toes. Draw the knees in again on an inhale. Exhale, extension of your legs, extension through the hips. Draw the knees back in again. Two more, reach it out very slowly. Inhale, pull it back in. One last time, extension away. Good, draw the knees back in and recover here. So that was your typical and classic double leg extension. I want us to work next on a little bit more of a physically challenging alignment for that exact exercise. So what I'd like you to do here is, with the knees to body, we're going to take the knees open a little wider, and then you're going to create the letter V with your feet, Pilates V. So the inner edges of your heels connect, your toes are splayed open to the sides. This is going to work a lot more with the hip strengthening aspect of this exercise. So make sure you always keep the knees wide when pulling in and the feet opened to V. Take an inhale. Keep your feet in a V. You're just going to exhale, extend your legs out, and then I want you to squeeze the very inner thighs together. Draw the knees in again on and inhale. Make sure the feet did not narrow up. Exhale, extension of legs, squeezing in tight to the inner thighs. Draw the legs back in again on and inhale. Let's do two more here. Good, draw back in again, inhaling, wide knees, wide feet. One last extension of those legs. Keep the legs extended, arms that are close in, hover them, stiffen them like a board. Pump the arms, move nothing else within you. The head and shoulders can come up for more heat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release and let everything come down. Recover. So as a side note, I had a little mishap over the weekend, and I bruised a lot of the ribs and the muscles, the intercostals here. Knowing it's actually pretty painful now. So if you see me doing a lot of things with shortened movement or modified, note that you can take it to a level that works better for your body. Yeah. There are also some things I may not demonstrate fully, so I apologize in advance. I will verbalize anything that I don't physically move through. Okay. All right. I want us to move next into double leg stretch. So very similar movement, actually exact same movement of the legs moving out and in, like we just had with our leg extensions. The difference, though, a couple of things, is the arms are going to move at the same time, and they're going to be reaching in the opposite way, so overhead. Secondly, the breathing pattern is going to change. So usually when we extend the legs away, we use the exhale to do that. But this time, More of the work comes in with drawing everything back to center. So that's why we're going to use the exhale then instead. So with all that being said, knees to chest, hands on knees. Spine is rooted down. Your head and shoulders can stay grounded or can lift up for more intensity. So on an inhale now, legs extend out in front of you, arms reach behind you. And then on your exhale, circle the arms around and pull the knees back to chest. You're back to a ball. So expand your body in opposing ways, inhaling. Circle through and contract back in, exhaling. We're going to do 4 more of these. 4. So again, modified, closer to sky. Exhale, pull it in. More intense, closer to the ground. Inhale, reach through toes and fingertips. Squeeze it on out, pull everything in. Let's do that once more, I believe. Reaching away, lengthen through toes, lengthen through the tips. Hold here. 3, 2, keep breathing. 1, exhale, pull everything in, recover again, release. All right, let's come back into stillness. Let's return our feet to the floor. Let's stretch the legs down long to the ground. You've lost the visuals of my feet, but my feet are flexed. I'm pushing up through my heels. I'm lifting my toes up to the sky. My inner thighs are rolling and hugging into the midline of my body. My arms are going to reach behind me to the back of my workspace with the palms turned in. Shoulder blades slid down my backside and the ribs sealed down and the pubic bones zipped up to navel. I'm going to be very modified myself on this. So breathing in, start to peel off the ground, arms, head, and shoulders. And then on the exhale, you're going to pull your body all the way up to seated. You're going to hinge from the hips to fold over your legs and let the head gently hang heavily through your arms. Stack tall. When you breathe in, look straight ahead. When you breathe out, tuck your tailbone under, push out through those heels, and begin to slowly take your way back to the ground again. Sorry guys, this looks terrible on my side, so I may just verbalize this one. I did these earlier for another class in person, and I think I overdid it. I thought I was healing more than I had, so I think I kind of stirred up some aggravation here. So sorry guys. Inhale, you'll start lifting up, right? You're not going to stop. You're going to continue to pull your body all the way up to seated. That's right. You're going to do that without doing what I just did. Hinge, deep stretch forward. Stack tall, inhale. And then you're going to roll down again, exhale. Your arms are elevated. Mine are just coming down for support. Sorry, y'all. All right, we're going to do, you know what? Go ahead and take 2 more of these. As you're inhaling, head, neck, and shoulders lift. Tips the shoulder blades. Start to exhale. Anchor the legs. Lift your chest up and fold forward. Slow. Stack up tall. Lift your fingertips straight to the sky. Frame your ears. And then as you're rolling down to the ground, feel the arms maybe pull slightly behind them instead. A little bit more of a challenge there with the abdominals. Let's do this once again. Breathe in, start pulling your body off the ground. Exhale, come all the way up to seated and fold over legs. Stacking tall, breathing in. We're going to stay seated. We're just going to exhale to lower the arms beside us. I'm going to take a quick quarter turn to face the camera. You guys will stay as you are. It's just an easier way to see me more visually. In our next movement, our spine twist. So remember, this is about posture. This is about spinal movement. This is about activating our waistline muscles, the obliques. Also, what's important is the stabilization of our pelvis, not just our hips. I usually just lean into saying hips, but it's our entire pelvis that shouldn't shift. You'll know if your pelvis has shifted. Your feet, like one foot is going to pull out in front of the other, right? Notice here what I'm doing with my legs. right? Which is actually just your hips and your pelvis rocking from one side to the other. We want to refrain from that. That's why your movement is going to be very small. Let's sit nice and upright, chest to sky, shoulders back, shoulder blades to the tailbone, ribs sealed down, belly pulled in and up, and feet flexed. You can bend your knees a little bit here if that bothers the hip flexors in your body. We're gonna take our arms into a genie position out in front of us, stacked forearm on top of the other, and then pulling the elbows level with the shoulders. So they're dropped beneath, not above, straight on. And then shoulder blades pull down the back again, chest lifts a little bit higher. Notice you got a little taller, take an inhale. Let's take it to the right, exhale. We're not leading with our arms, we're leading with our torso, our waistline. Then return to center on an inhale. Take it to your other side, to the left, rotation, 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 and then come back to center. Let's do that again. So never lead with your arms. The arms, of course, will move only because the rest of your upper body has, not because it moves independently. Come back to center. Then take it to your left. Eyes move along the horizon. Center, breathe in, drop the shoulders, lift the chest, belly tight. Last time, like you're wringing out a wet towel, pull it to the right. Center on and inhale. Take it to your left side. Come back through center. Let's stay centered. Let's open the arms out to a T next. Spread out your fingers, reach from wall to wall with the fingertips, but also shoulder blades hugged in and down your backside. Chest up, belly in. Let's draw circles with our arms. Now the arms have movement and everything else has stillness. So we've kind of switched the roles here within our body. Breathe steadily, work into the upper back and the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Let's pause. Reverse the direction. Keep reaching out through fingertips, but keep hugging in with shoulder blades. Belly tight, breath steady. 3, chest up. 2, shoulders plugged down. 1, beautiful. Let the arms float, float, float to the floor. Let's relax the feet. Fold over the legs, let the arms hang heavy. Let's take a deep breath into the back side of the body. And then a long breath out. Again, deep inhale. Long and steady exhale. One last time, breath in big. As you breathe out, let's go ahead and roll and stack back up to a seated position. From here, I'd like us to transition to kneeling. Come into the back side of your workspace. So tall kneeling, so everything's stacked above the knees, hips, shoulders. You're gonna lose, of course, my face, which is totally fine. If anything needs to be in awareness in that area of the body, I will make sure to verbalize. But for now, we're stacked up nice and vertically. The arms, really reach them down long beside you. Lock them down and feel the fingertips stretch to the ground. This is going to be a chest opener. We're going to strengthen the backs of the arms and we're going to strengthen up our belly. Take a breath in. Exhale, you're going to press the arms back and then begin to lift them upward. And then take the arms back down again on the inhale. Before we take a second one, your hands are going to be tempted to widen to lift your arms behind you higher. Make sure the hands still stay shoulder width. Exhale, press back first, then feel the lift coming up. Take the arms down, breathe in. Let's go ahead and do 4 more. Zip your pubic bone to navel, firm up the belly, press the arms back and up. Float back beside you. 3 more. Lowering, breathing in. 2 more times. Press back, press up. Chest to sky. Lower on an inhale. 1 last time. Exhale, press back, lift up. Hold the arms here, then pulse them, pulse them, pulse them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the arms come all the way back down beside you. Roll out the shoulders. Okay, we're gonna stay in this kneeling position. We're just going to work next with thighs, quads, glutes, abdominals. I want your arms to extend directly out in front of you. I'm just holding onto my side here for protection. Arms are directly out in front. Let's take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to slowly start to lean back. You're gonna feel your quads fire up and your glutes squeeze tight. And then inhale, slowly pull back up again. Exhale, we're gonna lean back, nice and slow. Squeeze glutes, thighs active, belly fired up, and slowly draw back up again, breathing in. 4 more, 4. And slowly pull back up. 3 more. Good, take your time, no momentum here. 2 more times, leaning back into it. Good, stack it all back up. 1 last time, exhale, lean back, hold the lean, just don't hold your breath, squeeze your glutes, press your pelvis forward. 3, lean back a little more. 2, a little further. 1, good, slowly draw back up. Come down to tabletop. Hands and knees, spread out fingers. I'm gonna take a quarter turn forward again so that you can see me a little bit more easily. You'll stay as you are. We're gonna get a little stretch into the muscles that surround our shoulder blades, but we're doing it one at a time. So we'll start with the right arm. Breathing in, I want you to sweep that arm out to the side and lift it up to the sky. Take a twist over to your right. Can't do it, sorry guys. Exhale, thread through, look to your left, actively reach that arm across the floor and then rest onto it, cheek or ear to the mat. If you push lightly off tented fingers of the left hand, you can start to roll more onto that right shoulder, which deepens the stretch. And I want you to breathe into that right shoulder blade, getting all those muscles again that surround it. Inhale. And exhale. Again, deep breath in. Long breath out. Last one, breathe it in. As you breathe out, point your left hand to the floor, use it to push off of. As you unravel and return back to tabletop form. We're gonna do that on the other side. So our left arm now lifts out to its side, reaches to the sky, look up to that hand. Thread the arm through as you breathe out, reach actively across the ground, rest onto that arm and cheek or ear to the ground. And once you've settled into that space, the fingers of your right hand can tent. You can kind of push off those fingertips to roll over more onto your left shoulder. Then I want you to breathe into the muscles that surround that shoulder blade. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Couple more, breath in. Breath out. Last time here, inhale, deep, 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 deep. As you breathe out, press into that left hand, or right hand rather, unravel your body and return back to tabletop. From tabletop, we're going to now transition to lie down on our stomach. We're gonna do some back body strengthening here. So taking your time, making your way onto the floor. Ooh. Okay. Sorry guys, this has hit me like a ton of bricks, like right at the beginning of this record, so I apologize for my crippled movements here. So we're gonna have our arms extended forward in front of us, the legs of course stretched behind. My head is lifted right now so that you can hear me, but I want your forehead to be grounded on the floor. Working first with the mobility of our shoulders, this is actually a fairly challenging movement, but it's not huge. And you may find that this body part doesn't lift off the ground completely. We're just gonna be working with our arms. So always make sure the forehead, the torso, and the feet stay glued to the ground. Your palms face each other, your thumbs point to sky. Let's take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, you're gonna lift your arms off the ground. And take the arms back down again on the inhale. Again, you're gonna lift your arms up on the exhale. Feel the fingertips stretch forward. Feel your shoulder blades pull down your backside. And then go ahead and lower just the arms back down again. And again, you may note that the arms don't lift off completely. That's okay. We're just gonna take 2 more of these. So exhale, you're gonna lift up your arms only. Lengthen opposing directions. Return back down again on an inhale. One more time here, guys. Exhale, just the arms come up. And then go ahead and lower those arms back to the ground again. Once you've lowered just the arms down, we're going to turn the palms to face in. We're going to do another set. We're going to add in more body parts to lift this time. So, along with your arms, your head and your heart are also going to lift up. You're going to imagine that your arms, head, and chest were one body part instead of 3 separate, meaning you're going to lift those parts and lower those parts at the same exact time. And the position of your parts, where you start them in terms of your body alignment, is never going to change. Meaning, when we get to this movement, it's going to be very tempting for our chin to push forward and for us to look forward on the lift. I don't want that. That compresses the back of your neck. You're always going to keep a tennis ball distance between your chin and your chest, right? Tennis ball sized distance. So palms face down, forehead grounded. And you're going to notice your arms framing your ears. You never want that to change. Press your hips down on an inhale. As you exhale, the arms, the head, and the chest all lift up. And then you float back down again on an inhale. Again, exhale, lifting arms, head, and chest all as one piece. My arms are grounded just for my support. Your arms will lift and frame your ears. Go ahead and float back down. Take an inhale. We'll do 2 more of these. Exhale, we're strengthening our shoulders, upper and middle back muscles here that run along the sides of our spine. Rector spinae, come down on an inhale. Breathe in. One last time, your arms, your head, and your chest all pull up. Lengthen out through the crown of your head. And then go ahead and take your head back to the floor again. Once your head has lowered, we're going to cross one arm over the other. Think like genie arms. And then rest your forehead to your forearms like a pillow. Again, my head is turned so that you can hear me appropriately. Your forehead will be grounded on the arms. We want to make sure here our feet are shoulder width distance, not too wide, not too narrow. And then our pelvic triangle, 2 hip bones and pubic bone press firm to ground. Let's take an inhale to prepare. And I'd like you to squeeze your glutes and exhale. Lift your legs off the floor. Point the toes and reach back. Lower down on an inhale. Again, exhale. Squeeze the glutes and lift the thighs up. Point toes. Reach back. Take your time coming down on an inhale. We're now going to do 4 more of these. Squeeze and lift. Exhale it up. Inhale to come down. 3 more. Slow pull up. Release down, breathing in. We're going to do that 2 more times. Exhale, lift, nice and slow. We never want to kick up quickly. Come down, breathing in. With this last one, we're going to lift the legs. We're going to keep them lifted, stiff like a board. Begin to paddle the legs up and down, using your glute muscles to provide the help and assistance with this movement. Keep steady breathing here. We're going to uncross the arms, extend them forward, and lift up the head and chest as well as the arms and move right into swimming. The arms are paddling up and down. The chest is lifted up. The breath is very fiery. Keep on swimming. 5, 4, 3. Stabilize with your core. 2, 1. And then rest. Cross the arms again to let your head land on them. Lift your feet up to the sky and then windshield wiper your legs, whether you move side to side or crisscross them, you're choosing. But then stretch the legs behind you, hug them together. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders very slowly, gently. You're going to press yourself into a closed-legged child's pose. Moving in slow, keeping the legs together so you stretch more into your lower back. Take a deep breath into your tailbone and a long breath out. Again, deep inhale. Long, steady exhale. One last time, breath in big. As you breathe out, I'd like you to pull out of your child's pose. And we're going to transition to lie down onto our left side. Lying down on your left side, we want to make sure we're in a straight line of energy and we're stacked up appropriately. Flex your feet, push out through the heels. You're going to take your entire left side and press it to the ground to act as an anchor. Your right hand is on your hip and your elbow points up to the sky. We're going to hover our top leg to start and internally rotate it just slightly. On your breath out, I'd like you to lift that leg up a little bit higher using the strength of your outer hip muscle. And we're going to take it back down to hover on an inhale. Again, you're going to lift it up on an exhale. And you're going to hover it on an inhale. Let's do 4 more. 4. And hover. 3 more. Lift. And hover. 2 more times. We're going to pull it up, drive out through the heel, keep the leg rolled in. Hover. 1 last time, we're going to lift it up. We're going to hold the lift. We're going to point the toes. We're going to draw some circles here with that leg. Slow, steady. Using more abdominal strength to provide stability for your upper body. 3, steady breathing. 2, 1, pause, reverse direction. Inhale, exhale. 5, 4, reach to those toes. 3, reach to your hip. 2, 1, pause again, flex the foot. On an inhale, I want you to bend that right knee, start to draw it towards the body. And I want you to push it all the way back out to its side. Again, breathe in, we're gonna pull the leg in a bit. Move nothing else within you and then push it away. So make sure that elbow doesn't fall back at all. 2 more times. Also, when you pull the knee in, make sure the knee doesn't sink. It stays level with your hip. Push it all the way back out. 1 last time. Draw that knee in nice and slowly. Press it away. Hold it there. Then pulse it, pulse it, pulse it. Good for 5. Micro lifts. 4. Steady it. 3. Belly tight. 2. 1. Good. Slowly take the leg to the ground, or lower it rather. Then we're going to bend the knee to the floor in front of us. Tap out your hip. Right, just kind of breaking up that lactic acid that sometimes gets built up pretty easily here when we take these side leg movements. Good. All right, let's take then that right foot and step it behind the left leg, pointing the knee to the sky. And then angling the left leg slightly in front. Hand back to hip, elbow back to sky. Let's flex the foot and hover the leg to start. External rotation now for this side. We're going to lift the leg up on the exhale, lead with your heel. And then hover the leg, breathing in. Again, exhale, lifting leg up. And then taking it back to hover. We'll do 4 more here. 4. And hover. 3 more, lift, hover. 2 more times, exhale, slow pull up. Hover, 1 last time, lifting leg, holding it there. And we're going to draw circles here with that leg. Imagine there's a marker on the heel. 3, 2, 1. Let's pause and reverse direction of movement. Inhale, exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's pause here. Let's inhale now. Bend the left knee, slowly pull it towards the body. Right, similar movements, but different positions. Exhale, reach outward, upward. Again, draw a knee in, and then drive it out. And we'll do just 2 more of these. Inhale in. Exhale, stretch it out. Once more, pull leg in. Press it out, hold it there, then micro pulse it. 5, 4, 3, good, 2, 1. Slowly take the leg all the way to the floor again. Just check the time to see what we got working with. Okay, let's add just a bit to this. So let's lengthen the body all the way up. If you're propped up with your head, rest onto your right arm, reach your left arm to sky, spread the fingers, plug the shoulder head in, point your toes, and squeeze your legs and glutes together. Take an inhale while you're here. You're going to use your waistline strength. Exhale to lift up your head and lift up both legs off the ground. I'm not doing that because that is not good for me. And then go ahead and take it all down again. Inhale. So I'm just working with my head. You guys will be adding in your legs. Exhale, lift head up, lift legs up at the same time. Cinch in the right side body. Come down on an inhale. We're just going to do 4 more of these. Waistline strengthener. Exhale, slow pull up, even if that lift is about 1/2 of an inch. Take it down on an inhale. Again, lift slow. Bring it back down. We'll do 2 more here. Lift. Release. 1 last time. Exhale, head and legs pull up. And very slowly take everything back down, arm included. We are going to transition now to our other side. So however that is easiest for you. Okay, so I like to sweep my legs around, and we're going to transition to lie down on our right side body. I may not be able to do this, guys. So again, my apologies. We'll see. Okay, we're here. Oh, taking a turn for the worse. Sorry, y'all. Okay, straight line with body. Flexed feet, hand to hip, elbow to sky. Good. Right side body presses down. Top leg hovers, internal rotation. Look straight on, line your neck up with spine. And then as you breathe out, we're going to pull up. And then we're going to hover on an inhale. Again, exhale, use your outer hip strength to lift the leg, but use your abdominal strength to provide balance and stability. Hover the leg, breathing in. We're going to do 4 more here. 4. Good, and hover. 3 more, lift. Good, we're hovering. 2 more times, lift slow, right? No momentum here. Hover with resistance. 1 last time, let's lift up that leg. And let's point the toes. Let's draw some circles here. Take your time. Slow and steady. More abdominal strength is needed here for this movement to stabilize. 3, 2, 1. Let's pause. Reverse the direction. Breath in, breath out. 5, 4, 3. Good. 2, 1, let's pause and let's reflex the foot. Bending the knee on an inhale, start to pull it in towards the body and then press it away. So you're gonna pull the knee in and the foot pulls out in front as well. Make sure that elbow doesn't fall back and then press it all the way back out again. Just 2 more. So press your right side body into the floor as the left knee starts drawing in. And then push it all the way back out again. Once more, inhale, pull it in. Press out on the exhale, hold here, then micro pulse it, Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift upward, 1. Good, take the legs slowly to the rest. Then bend the knee to the floor in front. Tap out your hip. Okay, we're going to do our bottom side next. So let's take that left foot and step it behind the right leg, bend the knee, point knee to sky. Angle the right leg out in front of you just a little bit more. Hand to hip, elbow to sky, flex the foot, hover the leg, external rotation of. We're gonna lift the leg up on the exhale. We're gonna hover on an inhale. Again. And then hover. Let's do 4 more. 4. Good, and hover. 3 more, lift. And then hover. 2 more times, squeeze that breath out down to the bottom. Good, hover the leg. Last one, we're gonna lift that leg. We're gonna hold that lift, that marker, imagination on the heel here, draw circles with that marker. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Let's pause. Let's reverse the direction. Belly strong, breath big. 3, legs stiff. 2, 1. Let's pause here. When we inhale, we bend the knee, pull the knee in towards body, and then push outward, upward, exhale. Again, draw knee in. Instead of drawing straight out to the side, reach higher to the sky with the heel of foot. Let's do 2 more. Draw in. Drive away. Once more, inhale, pull that knee in. Exhale, press that leg out, hold it and pulse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg comes all the way down slow. Once it has, restack the body. If you're propped up with the head, rest on that right arm, lift that left arm up, palm forward, finger spread, shoulder plugged in, toes pointed, legs squeezed, glutes squeezed. Take an inhale. Use your left side body strength now to lift up the head, lift up the legs on the exhale. Come down on the inhale. So with this injury that I have, it's been really interesting to know how deeply body parts are connected, right? So sometimes I'll have a shooting pain when I'm moving my arm. I'm like, how's my arm connected to the muscles within my ribs? Weirdly enough. Yeah, come down on an inhale. Let's go ahead and do 4 more, right? So notice that we're, of course, all connected with inside of us. And that one part of our body just doesn't work that part. It also is working other areas as well. Good, come down on an inhale. So it's a nice principle to have in mind when you're moving through your movement, your exercises. Yeah, 2 more. Lifting, hugging those legs, keeping you steadily balanced. Come down on an inhale. One last time, that left side body cinches in, it pulls you up, and we just hold it here for 3. Good. 2, keep steady. 1, let's slowly take everything back down to the earth, arm included. From here, I'd like us to press up to seated. And in seated, we're just going to take a little stretch into our hips. Take the soles of feet together. Our butterfly stretch is really nice. It works multiple areas, outer hips, lower back, inner thighs. So let's hold on tight and sit up tall. Let's hinge from the hips and lean into those legs. Always look beyond your feet as you round your middle back, or lower back rather, middle back, upper back, then head gently lowers, but look beyond your toes. Deep breaths into the outer hips and lower back. Long exhales to release. We'll do that twice again. Inhale deep and full. Exhale, empty completely. One last time, we breathe in big. As you breathe out, I'd like you to restack the spine 1 vertebra at a time. The head will be the last thing that lifts up. Once it has, you'll cross the legs, ground your sits bones, and lift up your chest. Arms are beside you with palms facing sky. Breathing in, the arms reach out. They lift up and the hands touch above the head. Exhale, pull your hands down to heart center. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, sweep down, out and up to sky, connect above, and then connect within. Exhale, let's do that once again. Inhale, gather up the energy and hold it above. Exhale, pull the energy within side of you, hands to your heart, bring your chin to your chest, close your eyes. A big thanks to yourself for showing up to the work, connecting to yourself, and listening and honoring your body. Thank you guys so much for tuning into virtual practice. Enjoy this clip, enjoy more to come, and I'll see you very soon. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.